Let me tell you something.
Let me tell you something! Let me tell you something!
One thing about me, I don't like to be scammed. I don't like to be catfished. And I don't like to be told what to do, unless you're paying my bills. So here's the thing. There's no such thing as being more feminine. It is actually really understanding the energetics of the feminine energy. Every single being in this world, men and women, have masculine energy and feminine energy. It's a consciousness, it's an awareness, and it's not about being more feminine or more masculine. It's actually learning how to create a partnership between both of them. The feminine energy and the masculine energy are here to be in partnership. That's what creates a sacred union, a oneness within. It is the brain and the heart literally working together and being in alignment. But this specific video is for the woman of faith, woman of God, the awakened woman who wants to understand her femininity and the difference between the feminine that we've been taught in the matrix, what's out in the world, and the divine feminine, the one that is centered around God instead of the self. So here's what I'm going to do in this video. I'm going to teach you the difference between the matrix femininity and the divine femininity, and then I'm going to take you through an example of how I even became aware of how I was coming from my matrix femininity versus my divine femininity, because I had some gym crushes. Actually, I had 3. And when I was at the gym, that's when I received the download. And this is how all of this came together, by the way. So by the end of this video, you will also learn why women crave specific attention, especially for men, and especially when men are pulling away from us, why we feel disconnected from our femininity, and why the entire industry has been literally teaching the wrong thing. Because they want to capitalize on this. It is a business. The thing is about the matrix feminine energy, they're not here to teach you how to go within. They're here to make you buy something.
Give me money. Money me. Money now.
Not to remember who God actually designed you to be before the world told you who you needed to be. So here's the thing and the truth. The matrix femininity really teaches you to come from performance, to act, to do, to be extending your energy outside of you to pull something in, which takes a lot of effort, by the way. It teaches you how to act feminine instead of how to feel your femininity inside that already exists within your own consciousness. And this version of femininity disconnects you from your power, from your intuition, and most importantly, from God. So I listed out my favorites that I always see these online gurus talking about feminine energy this and feminine energy that. And let's just first begin with how they tell you, just become more softer, become more confident, dress a certain way. Let's manifest your SP.
More seductive. You should be scripting on how you want this to manifest.
And every time negative emotions come up or old narratives and stories, you should just overwrite it and just fake it till you make it. In fact, you should just act powerful and that you demand the room that you come in.
What?
This stuff makes me laugh because it's all an act. It's a performance. Why are we needing to pretend something that we are not, when this energy exists within you and there's nothing more attractive and magnetic than being your true authentic self, your silly self, your funny self, your humble self, your kind self, your giving self. That's true power. This is so detrimental. And this one holds a lot of value for me because I am a certified trauma-informed practitioner. So I know when somebody comes to me and there's a lot of emotions and feelings and chaos happening in her life, I would never tell her, here's an affirmation, just say everything's working out in my favor. Or tell her, just keep envisioning your future self. Keep connecting to that version of you.
Huh?
You know why? Because there's power in her pain. Her story could help somebody else. When she learns how to alchemize her trauma, alchemize her wounds and turn them into wisdom, now that's a woman of power. That is a woman who is here to make a difference in the world. That's a woman that can be trusted with abundance, with beauty, with relationships, with leadership, and making a true difference in the world. This is a difference between the matrix femininity because it is so self-centered. It is all about me, 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 versus, okay, God, here I am. Here's what's happening. Help me turn the pain into power and show me how I can make a difference in the world. The divine feminine is all about embodiment, embody, being in the body, being present in the body, being connected to the breath, being grounded in yourself, your true essence, your authenticity, who God created you to be, and also being discerning, having boundaries. This is huge. How to say no, learning how to trust your intuition when something feels right and when something feels wrong, to be able to speak up and feeling safe in your softness. I see a lot of women really struggling with this one, and I was one of these women who had a masculine shield on all the time. I preferred to look intimidating because on some level, I was afraid of being in my softness and being taken advantage of because I did in the past. So had I not actually worked on my trauma and understood, oh, wow, growing up and not seeing a woman in her femininity has taught me to be more in my masculine and to constantly have a shield on, which has also cut me off from so many blessings, my truest essence, and coming back to my radiant self, my soft self, my funny self, and not feeling like I was constantly going to be taken advantage of, or something will be taken away from me, or the shoe is going to be dropped. These are all beliefs, and you can't overpower beliefs by affirmations or just connecting with this future self. Now, being able to become aware of that version of you is really important, but you need to be able to hold space for your current self. Love that version of you. Invite God into that version of you to help you, to support you, to purify you from these old beliefs, these old narratives, and then we connect with that version of ourselves and bring her back into the present moment. We're not constantly thinking about the future because then we're extending our energy, our consciousness, and just waiting for us to become that version of ourselves, when in reality, the past, the present, and the future is all happening now. What I just said is already in the past. The other key factor is knowing that you belong. God, I belong here. Knowing your value, knowing your importance, having morals, having ethics. This is important, and allowing yourself to be in this God consciousness. It's not about performance. It's not about perfection. It's about continuing to remind yourself who God designed you to be, who He created you to be. Any moment that we start to feel anxious or sad or doubting ourselves or having fear, these are normal. They're human emotions. But how can we actually invite God in these moments and to allow Him to support us, to hold us, to guide us, to provide for us, to protect us? That is true God consciousness. It's not about me. How's this going to help me? How's this going to serve me? Trust me when I tell you this. You can walk this path. I've walked it before. That's how I know this side, because I've been on this side before, but it will get you nowhere. You will be going through a loop of leaking your energy, and that's what we're going to move into next. I want to show you how we leak our sacred energy as women and how to break that loop and to really connect with your divine feminine energy. And before I forget, if I catch anybody telling me, let's manifest your SP, I will literally
Go after your mother, your grandmother, and your entire
lineage. I actually have a whole YouTube video just about when women are pushing this let's manifest your SP. The person who blocked you, the person who disrespected you, the person who lied to you, the person who's cheated on you, the person who is toxic. This is where the divine feminine comes in, and she has boundaries. But why are we wasting our time on people like this? I'm about to get into a rant. Just watch that other video, please. All right, let's talk about my gym crushes. I had three. Okay? Every time I'd go to the gym, I can't even tell you how my awareness would literally go and scan the entire gym and just like, where are these men? Are they looking at me? Do they see me? Are they here yet? There was this one time though, when I went to the gym and I was doing the scanning, I noticed something in myself. It was literally like God was making it so aware for me on how I've been leaking my energy and constantly looking for them, trying to see if they're noticing me, seeing me, wanting them to come to me and talk to me, really wanting that little rush of attention. But here's the truth. When I came home that day, I was really in prayer and I was meditating on it. And the biggest download that came through was, it wasn't really about the men. It was actually more about myself wanting to experience myself on a deeper level, to experience my femininity. Because when I think about myself being with these men, they're not even husband material. I knew that. But I wanted to feel that feminine energy of being around them, but it wasn't really about them. It was about me and wanting to feel that part of me awakening, coming out. And that's what I notice every woman does. When she's disconnected from her feminine, we are chasing the mirror instead of chasing source. I'm going to say that again because it's a code. We are chasing the mirror instead of chasing source. I wasn't leaking my energy again because I wanted these men. It's because I wanted a deeper connection to myself, to my divine feminine, the femininity that's connected to God, to source, to a power that exists inside every single one of us. It's not something that you have to perform, pretend, do. It is something that we remember. So let me show you the loop, how women are leaking their sacred energy. So here's the thing. Everything is going to come from a desire. So let's take my example. I desired for these men who I had crushes on at the gym to come to me and to talk to me, to give me attention, to give me validation. Once that desire comes through, then I start to actually feel disconnected from my body because I'm constantly scanning for them, looking for them, needing them to come talk to me and to make me feel some sort of way to get a temporary hit. So desire to disconnection to looking outside, external search for a temporary hit. Temporary. This was designed to give us some sort of emotion or feeling or experience that we think is missing inside of us. This right here is what the Matrix is constantly putting out into the world. It is teaching us that we need something outside of ourselves to feel connected, to feel at peace, to feel empowered. I've even seen people who teach about connecting with God in a way that is also very performance-based, needing to be a certain way to get something. But let me tell you something, God doesn't work that way. And here's what's funny. Once that temporary moment hits and we feel good and we feel, oh my God, this is so nice, he came and talked to me. This is when the emptiness actually hits. This is when the truth lands. Because God designed your femininity to be rooted in you, not in a man, not in some sort of opportunity, not in attention, and not in performance. What I see women doing is getting caught up in this energy loop, and it just continues to repeat over and over and over again. And then this woman thinks there's something wrong with her. But in reality, she's just caught up in a loop because she was never taught the difference between divine feminine and performance-based femininity, the matrix femininity. And she was also never ever taught how to connect to her femininity through the divine. I have 3 easy, simple steps on how to break this loop. And this is what I would teach my own sisters and even my daughter. That's how simple it is. So when it comes to returning to your divine feminine and breaking the loop, the first thing is your breath and body awareness. Your femininity lives in your body. It doesn't live in the mind. It doesn't live outside of you. It literally lives in the body that breathes. This is how we were created. And it's as simple as closing your eyes, even placing your hand on your heart, on your womb, taking a breath, and coming back to yourself, your inner self, feeling the body, feeling this beautiful vessel that was created with so much intention and purpose, and treating it as so. Every single time that you are conscious of breathing in your body, this is how your divine femininity is being turned on. Think of it like this. Every time you breathe, the switch turns on. When you forget your breath, when you disconnect from your body, it turns off. Here's step 2. And this is the one that allowed me to now walk into the gym and not care about anybody. Because I was practicing, every time I would go in there, I would pull my energy back. Every time I felt myself scanning the room, looking for some sort of attention, looking for something outside of me, I would pull it back to me and I would tell myself I belong here. This one sentence pulls you back instantly into your divine feminine. Because this is telling every cell in your body that you're whole, you're complete, and there's nothing outside of you that you need. And that your presence carries power. And not just any kind of power, sister. Let me tell you something. It carries God power. Step 3, of course, is my favorite. Because this is when you are going to be in the remembrance of God. This is when you're connecting with God and not validation. Because when your femininity is rooted in God, you're soft without being weak, you're open without being unsafe, you're confident without performing, and you're magnetic without even trying. Because you are authentically who God created you to be. Your true divine essence. And also, the human self, the one that has emotions, has feeling. When these are combined, let me tell you something. That's an embodied woman. That's an awakened woman. These 3 easy steps are what's going to allow you to really connect to your divine feminine from the inside out. It's coming from your divine feminine being your sanctuary instead of being a strategy. So here's what I would tell my sister or my daughter if she wanted to connect with her feminine. The first thing I would tell her is stop chasing, stop performing, stop scanning every single room that you go into, and stop looking for anybody outside of you to activate you. Your divine feminine energy exists inside of you. God put it there for a reason, and your job is to remember it, to activate it, and to embody it. That is your right. I would also tell her your divine feminine energy is not something you need to be manifesting or something that you need to earn. Again, it is something that you remember. And when you're really aligned with the divine, with his essence, it's not so much effort of things actually really gravitating towards you, like opportunities, the right divine man who's intentional, who's devoted, who respects you, who cares about you, and your presence really becomes undeniable. Every room you enter, it's not you needing to control the room, it's you being so present in yourself. People can feel that every time you enter a room, the energy shifts because you are embodying such a different, higher level of consciousness. You don't care who's looking, who's not looking. You're not looking for validation. You're not looking for approval because you're not looking. You're not searching. You're grounded, you're intentional, you're smiling, and you know God created you with intention and purpose, and that your presence alone carries value, importance, power. It carries God in every single cell in your body. And do you know how many cells are in your body? Let me tell you, 37.2 trillion cells. Now that's power, baby. So if you want more teachings like this, let me know in the comments and I can create a part 2. And I can even create one about the masculine energy, because the masculine energy, I love the masculine energy. That's a whole other topic. When the masculine and the feminine work together.
Yeah, Habibi.
It is so powerful. It's not about Habibi come to Dubai. It's Habibi. You know who you're talking to? All right, ladies, I love you because I am you. Let me know in the comments if this video helped you today.